Sometimes I feel I've got to run away. I've got to get away.
Hey guys, it's Rick. Happy whatever day. So, I'm just gonna jump right into it. SJ Porr challenge, that was absolutely fantastic. Although I didn't move on, but I gotta tell you, some of the beers that I got to taste were absolutely incredible. The ones that moved on, yeah, they were up there in my ratings. They were up there. For those of you who want to know which one mine was, because I'm not moving on, mine was the porter with the Irish cream flavored coffee in it. I was a bit nervous to put lactose and stuff in it because I was afraid that it wouldn't. Never used lactose, so I was afraid that it would push me over the edge for the ABV, which, knowing that just adds creaminess, it doesn't really add fermentables to it. So, hey, live and learn. So I did my next one. Actually, I'll show you. Yeah, so mine was the 28, whatever. So I did that recipe, changed it just a touch with the hops, but that's what's left of coconut that I added to it, and that taste, it's in the keg now. It's still really young. I've tried a couple of small glasses of it, and it's absolutely, it's got to be the best that I've done so far. What I did is I toasted 2 pounds of coconut and then I put it in the secondary for a week. I've never done that before, and I've never had any real success adding fruit or anything to it, but I did it and it floated. Didn't sink. It sat right on the top. It made me a little bit nervous that I wasn't even going to get any flavor from it, but actually the first 3 days I took a little sample and tested it. The aroma was incredible. It was like a Mounds bar, you know, that deep dark chocolate and the coconut. The next sample, after 7 days of sitting on it, I took another sample. You couldn't really smell it that much, but it ended up being in the taste, which is exactly what I was looking for. So now that it's carving, it's been on the tank on pressure for a week now, and it's still really young. I want to let it. It's tough. I'm telling you, it tastes really good. It's tough not to just dive into that. But yeah, back to the SJ Porr challenge, guys. In my hub in the northeast coast, you guys are awesome. That was absolutely fantastic to be a part of, and congratulations to those guys that moved on. Best of luck. You know, I really hope that you guys move on and represent. So I'll be watching. Cheers. I'm going to absolutely do it again next year. So what do I got going on right now? It happens to be, I'm going to do what I'm going to call the unknown hopic, because I'm going to use the hops that one of my friends that grew in his yard has no idea what kind of hops they are. All he knew was they were a noble hop. So I got that going, and I just want to show you, I've actually made some improvements. I got my temperature probe in there. It weeps just a little bit, but it comes down, and let's see if I can get it so you can see. Nice, goes in. I got about 2 minutes before I got to start raising that temperature. Yeah, so I'm doing that right now. I'm trying to get, this is going to be probably the last brew that I do before I move. Yes, I said move. I'm going to be moving across town to another house. I'm not selling this one. My daughter's actually going to rent it from me, which is really cool. So yeah, so that's going to be happening rather quickly, I think. Probably in about a month. So I'm trying to get one more brew in, so that way everything's ready for Thanksgiving, so everybody can have something after they help move. They can have something to drink. I don't know if I showed you guys the whirlpool arm that I put in. I know drilling. Hapless, I had the same issue, and I think it was the bits. because it freaking took me 3 hours to drill through the side of the kettle. And I have, my kettle is a half K, so you know, where I wanted to originally drill, it was too thick. I could not get through for the life of me. But I did use it on my last brew, and I don't know if I showed you guys that one. That was the coconut porter. It worked great. But I did add my bazooka screen into my exit port, just because the last time I used whole hops, it plugged up the port, and my pump couldn't. I couldn't pump it. I'd switch it around, kind of blow back in, and I didn't want to introduce a lot of air to get it, you know, oxidized and stuff. So I ended up having to stir it by hand, and so I figured with this one I'm going to be using leaf hops, but kind of put that in there. And, let's see if I can turn you around. Sorry about swinging so fast, but this is the Whirlpool arm. It works good. If you guys could give me some feedback on how low to use, I mean, I don't know how low to actually put that. It's soft copper, so I can take the compression fitting out and cut it and reuse it and put it back in. It's not going to leak, because I probably won't ever do like 15 gallons or something, because usually it's just me that's drinking the beer, and that's a lot of freaking beer. So yeah, I just wanted this to be a quick update. I'm going to try to throw some other quick ones on. Maybe if I can find the footage from when I was drilling that, I can get that up on and stuff. So I just wanted to say happy Halloween. And yes, that's 1 hour. Start ramping up. And happy Thanksgiving if I don't get to it, and happy holidays. And best of luck to everybody in the SJ Porr Challenge. That's a fantastic thing to be a part of. So, cheers, fellas.